grab your bracket. Now with this one, you have different positions, so I would leave this bottom hole open for the standoff if you're going to use transit wheels. Get that lined up here. Go. And then same thing, you're going to put this bolt on the inside here. And you might find this a lot easier to do if you just tip this back a little bit here. There, like so. And just go ahead and get this little standoff started. That'll help hold everything together there. Okay. And we'll move to the other side. Okay, got our front roller bracket on this side as well. I'm gonna put a bolt in the top hole there. We're also gonna put one in the back hole here. And then our 20 millimeter goes from the inside like on the other side. Whoops. I'm gonna trade positions with you here, cameraman. Thread that on there. This is probably the most difficult part of the bracket install, so if this is stressing you out a little bit, don't worry. The rest of it is way more simple. All right, now once you have those, what I suggest to get all of the nuts on is to go ahead and tip it up on its side, like so. Like this. And just kind of use the handlebar to balance it. And what you're gonna do, what I think is the easiest, is just to grab your needle nose and grab a nut here. Grab your 6 millimeter hex key, and then you're just gonna I'm just positioning the nut right under this bolt and spinning it so it'll get started. Might take you a couple tries, but don't worry, it's pretty easy to get going. All right, once you get it started, careful not to cut your hands on the reel blade. It's not super sharp. Can be, but just be careful. And then we're gonna get one on this one right here. All right. Now this is where the drill comes in super handy, because I can just grab the nut like so with the needle nose. I'm sorry about that. I can just grab my 17 millimeter wrench and just easily tighten this up here. Now it doesn't need to be all the way snug yet, just close. Okay. Same with this one. Okay, got that close. Now we're gonna flip it over to the other side. Same thing over here, put these bolts to this bracket, and then we're going to use our needle nose pliers to get our nut started. Okay, got that one started. And that one started as well. Alright, now I'm going to get my drill. Close. Alright, so now one thing to make note of here, before you tighten this down, you want this bracket edge and the stock bracket edge aligned flat and flush. So make sure of that before you tighten this. Once you're sure of that, go ahead and stick your box wrench in there and start hand tightening this hex key. You can use the drill if you want. I just use that to speed up the initial, but this is where we want our brackets positioned. So again, check that it hasn't moved here, make sure we're flush. Okay, and then we're gonna get that one tight. Now go ahead and tighten this up. Pretty darn tight. It should stay tight easily with the lock nut. Go ahead and move over to your other one here. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten our standoff. So to do that, we already have our 17 millimeter. And then we just need to come from underneath and get this snug up here. All right, make sure we're tight. Bracket's still flush. Go ahead and flip the mower over again. Just be careful with your hands. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. Make sure the bracket's flush here. Looks pretty good. And tighten. Okay. Sometimes you do that. Okay. And we're going to tighten up this. All right. Okay. Now we're in business. So go ahead and set the mower right side up. And then go ahead and tighten your rear roller if you loosened it for slack. Get that back in shape, that's good. And then you're gonna wanna go ahead and retighten the bed knife bolts, which shouldn't really be too loose. See over here? Okay, tighten that back. Tighten the other one. Okay, now we're gonna install our front roller. All you need is your spacers that come in the kit, your front roller, and then slip joint pliers and the 4 millimeter. So just go ahead and remove one side. Doesn't really matter which side. I'm just gonna take this one off because I'm over here. And just remove the bracket. Now you need to be careful here because there's a couple washers you don't want to lose. One's on there and then one's on the inside of there. Just leave that together. Just don't let that come apart. Set it down. Slide your spacer over each side. One on each side. Slide that in there. And then you're going to grab your bracket. Make sure that washer is on the inside still. And make sure that you align it the same as the other side. So it's in the last notch there. And then you're just gonna slide that over like so. Now it's gonna want to tip forward after you do that. Just hold it there for a moment. And you can go ahead and just set it down now. Grab your slip joint pliers and tighten this bracket here. Alright, basically just tighten it till it's snug. And then you can raise this up, pull your notches out, and adjust your roller. There you go, installed and ready to go.
Action.
Okay, grab your roller. Slide that in there. And then you're going to grab your bracket, make sure that washer is on the inside still, and make sure that you align it the same as the other side. So it's in the last notch there. And then you're just gonna slide that over like so. Now it's gonna wanna tip forward after you do that. Just hold it there for a moment. And you can go ahead and just set it down now. Grab your slip joint pliers and tighten this bracket here. Alright, basically just tighten it till it's snug. And then you can raise this up, pull your notches out, and adjust your roller. There you go, installed and ready to go.